Finally, for the love of Pete, finally somebody like Ninja speaking up about the Fortnite competitive bans not making a single ounce of sense. I'm going to shortly play for you guys a clip where Ninja does give his thoughts on the current Fortnite system being ran by these younger pro players out there who continually keep on cheating because the system allows them to cheat and get away with it and come back sometime shortly after. Then I'll describe for you guys after this clip the amount of bans we have seen in Fortnite that are so subjective and so odd and sporadic. No one has any idea what they can and cannot do and what the punishments are going to be in Fortnite.
This competitive scene is purely ran by kids. And then Epic's like, here's a Fortnite tournament. Let older people that play it too. Nate Hill, Funk Bomb, me, Chad. But when all the practicing and all that stuff, and when they're like, it's not Mongrel and his friends. I don't know. Dude, I respect Mongrel and Benji Fishy and those guys, man. I don't think they would do this. They're too talented. They're too talented. They don't need to. Which is so weird because so are these kids. And I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed in so many of these kids that they're trying to cheat, man. When they don't need to. Jarvis cheats in a online regular game for no money, gets a full-time ban. Players get caught cheating in a tournament for money, and they get banned for 60 days. All right, go. Floor's yours.
I mean, you guys think about this string of Fortnite bans, and I'm sure I'm missing a few out there, but you think back to the actual first one. I believe the first big case was actually Nate Hill and Funk Bomb. That was during a skirmish, and ever since then, I believe it was Nate Hill who went down, stream snipe very shortly for Funk Bomb, and they were actually banned for the remainder of the entire skirmish. Then we have the notorious XXIF and Ronaldo case during the biggest qualifiers of any esport event ever. They were given a 2-week ban for teaming and colluding. They came back and eventually qualified for that same World Cup. That was just such a embarrassing ban to hand out. I think many people can agree with that one. Then you have a guy like FaZe Sway during Cash Cups. He also was teaming including. He also got 2 weeks. We got Mongrel and Benji Fishy facing severe accusations with a FaZe Fortnite coach, that being Destiny's Jesus. That was never properly investigated despite, I would say, a pretty decent amount of evidence against them. Then we fast forward, of course, because you had the Jarvis ban, which, albeit in my opinion, again, you guys are probably going to hate on me for saying this, but I said it back then and I'll say it again. This newer ban of the 4 Fortnite pro players now being banned for 60 days apiece for teaming and colluding during a pretty big cash event as well in FNCS duos. It makes the FaZe Jarvis ban, the lifetime permanent ban, seem really, really harsh when all these other bans, and a lot of them being in competitive environments for cash, for prize pools, for money, which actually affect other people's lives as well, they get these 2-week, 1 month, 2-month bans, which albeit are certainly going in the right direction. They should be more extensive bans. That way other Fortnite pro players know they cannot cheat, they cannot collude, they cannot team or break any rules whatsoever. But it does have to make you at least question, how can you cheat in a competitive environment for cash and prize pools affecting other teams, orgs, and player placements and get away with it, come back 2 weeks, 2 months later, but then you aimbot in a pug match like FaZe Jarvis did and you can't play the game ever again? Can we agree that that does not make the most sense? Like, can we all agree at least? Okay, maybe you think he deserved it nonetheless, but all of these bans are so sporadic. Yes, they all have their different variants, but they're all so different, it just makes no sense. Let me tell you something. You go to other esports environments, legitimate esports environments, and you cheat, you're done for life or multi-year bans across the entire board. Doesn't matter who you are, who you represent. If you cheat in other games out there, League of Legends, Overwatch, CSGO, if you do that, you are done for a very, very long time. It's not a variant, oh, 2 weeks there, 1 month there, 2 months there, lifetime there. No, it's across the board, and there's really tough as well. I'll give benefit of the doubt to Epic Games because when it comes to battle royales, it's exclusive to them when it comes to teaming and colluding. How do you actually charge with those offenses? Because in CSGO, Overwatch, League of Legends, R6, whatever it might be, you really can't team and collude unless you're match fixing or throwing, and even that is multi-year, if not lifetime bans for a lot of games out there. So this is really only when it comes down to battle royales and how Epic Games is handling it. It's tough. I wish we had explanations because a lot of the times many game runners out there do not explain their bans, especially when it comes to a platform like Twitch. They give out these very subjective, very different and variant bans for different reasons, and they don't explain themselves and the reasoning behind it, and it leaves all of us wondering where the thought process came from, where if you actually gave us the reasons and explained them to us, maybe we would understand. Maybe. Maybe. All I'm saying is it doesn't make much sense for you to have two players who cheat in the biggest event qualifier that we'll probably see for a long time besides Fortnite World Cup #2, and you give them 2 weeks. Then you have these two random duos yesterday. Of course, some notable names in that like Creo and Buck, but still, they cheat during FNCS duos, and you give them each 2 months. And then you give Jarvis a lifetime ban. I hope we can all agree when it comes time for hitting, missing all around the map, Epic Games and their bans are just so random and not explained. They deserve to be called out. I'm glad Ninja, other pros, or other personalities, I should say, have been doing the same thing. I would just love some more transparency, but we can all hope going forward with these 2-month bans for those 4 members we talked about yesterday. Hopefully that's the standard going forward, so every pro player out there knows Epic Games is no longer messing around. We will see what the next Fortnite ban is, how long it is, and what it's for, and then we'll keep on doing this comparison of what Epic Games is doing over there competitively. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. Drink your coffee, water, Gatorade, whatever you're drinking. Stay hydrated. Okay, bye.